Welcome to my Masters of the Universe collection, which I have on display. I rearranged part of the stuff, so there will be a new tour. You can see basically the display I made. These are several acrylic cases displays, and what I do, I just rearrange them after a couple of months. And I have vintage figures and origins figures, and I love to kind of mix them because it's just fun to see the difference between the origins and the vintage ones. So let's start. You can see in the top of the display actually displayed the mini comics which were included. These are the Masks of Power and the Revenge of the Snake Man, together with Squeeze, the vintage one. In here I have the Origins Scarecrow, Snake Armor He-Man, and Cobra Khan. I think those figures really came out well, so I kind of arranged them here to have Scarecrow attack Snake Armor He-Man, and at the same time Cobra Khan is attacking He-Man as well. We have vintage He-Man here, together with Gwildor, vintage Ram-Man and Beastman, vintage Faker, and my 1982 original He-Man, who I think is still in a great shape, although I played a lot with him. Here we have vintage Merman, an Origins Merman in the back. We have the Beastman, the Origins version, and Too Bad vintage version. Below we have Origins version Skeletor, and to his right, in front, it's a Trapjaw. A vintage one. I just had to repair his legs because they came off after 40 years now, but with some O-rings and some screws I could fix him. And I have the Origins version behind. Actually, I have to say I really like the vintage one better, although it's smaller, but I think the details and the coloring, I think it's better. To the right we have Stinkor vintage one and a Many Faces Origins one. True vintage classic, we have Stinkor, not Stinkor, it's Spikor and Whiplash. Great colors if you ask me. We have to the right vintage Orko and Origins Orko kind of pairing up. To the left we have the twins from the vintage and the Origins area. To the right we have the vintage one, and the left the Origins one. We have Zodak to the right, the black armor Zodak with the black gun, vintage one, and in the back we have Zodak, the Origins line. Skeletor, vintage one, Clawful vintage one, nice one, and also my original Battle Armor He-Man, which is also I think in a great condition. Let's switch to the next rack. Here I have made another display. We have Mantisaur and Skeletor on display, which kind of built a stand for him to actually highlight him. This is a hard head Skeletor, and I think it's really nice from the way it's laid out. Fordak attacking my custom built Laser Light He-Man, which is also on a stand here. Below we have Cobra Khan, vintage one. The spray function still works, I love it. Tongue Leisure, great colors if you ask me. Rattler, Mosquito, with the pump mechanism still working. Right to him is Grizzlor. I'm proud of the hair that's still looking so great after playing with him in my childhood. Snake Face, Hordak, Vintage Hordak, Super 7 Hordak, Dragstore and Montana vintage versions. So I have to go to the left now because I have the snake pit without the skull, unfortunately, which is still missing, but at least I have the claw still working and have the vintage Beastman with the claw being attached to him, which is kind of the cover art which you will see on the packaging. Next to him is vintage King Hiss with his armor on, Multibot vintage one, accompanied by his evil twin Modulok. I think they make a nice pair. Here I have the replica of sword with the multicolors, and I put in a little light, so actually at night it kind of illuminates the power sword. Below we have Battle Armor Skeletor, vintage one still in a good shape, vintage Leech and Hurricane Hordak, vintage Horde Trooper with his mechanism on display, the same with Buzzsaw Hordak, and an original Hordak from the vintage line. Below you can see some of my VHS tapes, which are the German versions, which I watched when I was a kid. Each of them had a couple of Filmation episodes, I think 3 to 4. This was the great animated movie, Secret of the Sword, or in German it's called Das Geheimnis des Zauberschwerts. And of course, can't miss that one, the 1987 motion picture featuring Dolph Lundgren with a great HoloLens cover. Well, that's the display I have here in February 2023. I will rearrange, so I guess there will be a new video soon. Hope you like it. Leave some comments, what you liked, what you didn't like, which figures you're most fond of. Looking forward to that. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.